If you're broke in 2024, it's because you choose to be.
I've been broke my whole life, and my whole life I've tried my best to not let people see it. I just felt like I'm not the type of person that people expect to be broke. And I don't know how that sounds on the other side of me, because I feel like I know people say ignorant shit sometimes and we're just like, what? But that's honest. Like, I can't fake that. I just feel like,
how do I reign and rule in life? How do I live on the abundant side of life, man? I'm struggling. Can't pay my bills and finances, but yet going to church 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Plain and simple. You choose to be where you're at. There are too many different ways, too many different avenues, too many different options out here for you to be able to change your life and change your situation, but you choose to stay stuck. You choose to stay broke.
What's up, Financial Hawks? So in today's video, we're going to be going over some more videos, this time going over everyone being broke. This is 2025. This is what, February, March. And yeah, unfortunately, things are still, kind of going crazy right now. Everybody's still going broke. Now, apparently we may be getting $5,000 soon. Now, I don't think that's going to necessarily fix the brokenness, but it will help out. I'm sure it will help out some people for sure. It'll definitely help out me and a lot of other people. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over some of these videos. This is from, I guess, a wide variety of people. I haven't seen all of the actual content within, these videos. So yeah, this is going to be brand new to me. This one looked interesting. I ran about being broke. So yeah, let's go ahead and start out with her. And yeah, I'll kind of just give my thoughts.
vulnerable videos.
Actually, you know what? Let's make this full screen. And let's make sure that volume up so you guys can hear that right.
Oh my God, my heart is racing. Wait. Okay. So I honestly hoped that I would become rich way before having to admit this ever, whether publicly or privately. I've admitted it privately to people close to me, not so people, because I really try to be as transparent as I can in my life. But I feel like this is a testament of my faith, admitting this publicly, because you better not flop, Kendra. Okay, I just realized I'm stalling. Okay, so. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. Don't cry. So, I've been broke my whole life.
Oh.
I know it doesn't seem like a huge thing to say. Why? This hurts. Okay, I've been broke my whole fucking life. And my whole life, I've tried my best to not let people see it. I just felt like people wouldn't hold on. Okay, I don't want to stop. I'm just gonna be honest. I've been doing this with my therapist. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like I'm not the type of person that people expect to be broke. And I don't know how that sounds on the other side of me. Like, I know people say ignorant shit sometimes and we're just like, what? But that's honest. Like, I can't fake that. I just feel like I present myself, or I do my best to present myself, besides like my lace be showing, y'all. Until I'm over this, that's gonna happen. Like, I do my best to present myself and speak in a way that like people can't figure out that I'm broke, because I feel like as a woman of color, it's expected. Like, I feel like when people see me, they expect me to be broke, and I don't want to give them that satisfaction. Like, I don't want you to immediately think I'm broke and, oh, well, would you look at that? She's broke. That shit breaks my heart. So I've been broke my whole life. Like, my friends would go on trips and I wouldn't be able to go. My friends would go out to eat and I wouldn't be able to eat. Honestly, I'm gonna be transparent as fuck. I have like a friend on here that follows me, and like I was supposed to go out to lunch with her this weekend, and I had to cancel with her because like broke sucks. It sucks. Like I said, especially when you feel like you don't deserve it. I don't think I deserve to be broke. I think like I've done a lot to not be in that position.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and stop that right there. Yeah. Looking at her, I wouldn't think she, broke at all. I think she does a great job of, presenting herself, pretty good. But yeah, I don't think most people, I guess, who grew up being poor deserves to be poor. Like if you grew up as a kid, I don't think that necessarily means you deserve to be poor. So yeah. Obviously I agree with that. But now, when you get to your adulthood and you're still broke, then, that's when, that's when, thing changes for sure. For her, she said, being broke sucks. Yeah, being broke does suck. Not being able to do, certain things. These are like trips and stuff like that. And then also going out to eat, I guess, and whatnot with friends, it is what it is on that. What I will say is she's acknowledging how she feels. So I guess that's like the first step. The second step is actually applying yourself and try to get out of that. I don't know how old she is, but it seems like she's been broke for a minute now, even as an adult. And it's time to start making some changes for her. I don't know what type of stuff she likes, but if she likes some tech stuff, I'll definitely look into, something, regarding tech. maybe get into IT, something along those lines, help desk or something like that. So you can start making some type of bread and, pretty good bread at that. Now you will have to study. So yeah, if she doesn't want to study, you can maybe do other things. Her being a waitress, that could be something as well. I know if you're a girl and you're a waitress, you can, pretty good, get some pretty good tips. So, that could be something there. Work at plethora of different places there, probably will get a higher amount of tips. Also, too, for her, if you don't necessarily want to work, I guess you could always try to date somebody who has money as well and kind of, go that route. I'm kind of just trying to think of different ways that you can, get out of being broke. And that's doing something, just making videos like this. Sure, you may gain a little following on TikTok and whatnot, but I'm just not seeing, I don't know all her video content, but it just is the only thing that you're talking about. I don't necessarily see you making a whole lot of bread on TikTok either. Maybe you could look into being a social media creator, constantly pushing out videos. Even if you're not the best, if you're staying consistent, you can grow. And that's how you build a lot of people, just staying consistent. Again, you don't necessarily have to be the best, but if you always there or, always consistent, you can beat out a lot of people who do have like really good videos, maybe once or twice, and then they kind of just give up because they're not getting the following that they think they deserve. So that's kind of some of my advice right there. Yeah, it does say being broke. But a lot of people struggling right now. A lot of people are broke right now. A lot of people been broke. A lot of people have always been broke. And a lot of people, feel like they don't also deserve to be, broke, especially as a kid as well, like I don't know any like 5-year-old kid like, oh man, I deserve to be broke. Like you got put in that place and there was nothing that you could do. You're a 5-year-old kid, but now you're an adult. It's time to go ahead, you know, try to start doing something. Start doing something again. I don't know how old it is, but it's time to do something right now. Like either, hey, like I was talking about, focusing on a career, that route, or maybe just a job where you can get some type of tips. And or if you don't want to do any type of work like that, hey, she does look good enough that she can get a dude with some money. I don't, like just visually speaking. Now I don't know how her, maybe her, I don't know how she is like, in a relationship, obviously. But just from her looks, I think she can get somebody with some money as well. So I think she has options. I think a lot of people have options. Again, you may not have the looks, but you have the brains. You may not have the brains or the looks, but you have the consistency. Now, if you don't have the consistency, the looks or the brain, then it's time for you to go ahead and build up that consistency because yeah, it's crazy out here, but it's something that you can do. I don't believe in just, oh, I'm just gonna be broke for the rest of my life and the world is ending and I'm not gonna do anything. Like, no, you can apply yourself and you can find ways to get through and try to make some type of bread because right now it's getting even crazier, in the economy and you staying stagnant is not going to help you at all. So let's go ahead and play the next video here. Let's see what she's talking about. TikTok said to be transparent. Yeah, let's see what she's talking about.
TikTok says you just need to talk in front of the camera and that's how you get monetized. My goal is to make this money on this app and every other app because I want to make money in my sleep too. I'm tired of getting up and going to work. Anywho, I thought, you know what? I need to give them the real. And let me just go ahead and just be transparent Shay, the same Shay I am with my friends. Because I'm transparent on here, but not really, tell people what you want them to know. Anywho, let me tell y'all about the time that I was broke as hell and why this was just very, very, very traumatic for me because my credit was like a 400 and something. Yes, I said 400 and something. I mean low 400. And I'm out here at happy hour thinking I deserve happy hour, drinking big, eating big at Papados, doing it up everywhere all around town, right? And couldn't put cheese on a Whopper. Like, really just couldn't afford it. Shouldn't have been doing it, but I'm doing it on credit and just being stupid. So this is what I did for 2 weeks. I decided to make some scrambled eggs. I would make turkey bacon for lunch. I made some cabbage. I would put all of the goodness in cabbage, soup it all up. I would put chicken in it. I would put sausage, everything that I necessarily wanted meat wise in there. For dinner, I would typically do like tuna. You just get you a can of tuna with water, not the one with oil because that's just nasty. And I would fix that up the way that I liked it. I would get some club crackers, get you some Lay's chips. And that was my rotation for about 2 weeks. Now, when it came to alcohol, baby, I went and bought me a cheap bottle of Pinnacle vodka. Okay, this is like $11 vodka. And I would get some water and Crystal Light, and that would be my drink. I would mix it up, and I could be as drunk as I want to around my house and have me a good time. And I saved doing that for 2 weeks. $272. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm saying all that to say you can save money too to get to where you're trying to go in life. If you just stop acting like you have it until you have it, and then you'll really enjoy having it because you're not stressed out because you don't have it. Does that make sense?
Okay, I know pretty good. The stop doing it or stop acting like you have it until you actually have it. I think that's good. And I remember Dave Ramsey when he talks about live life like no one else so that you can live life like no one else. So, or something along those lines, like pretty much you putting in the time and the effort to, save and, live below your means and not kind of just live at your current means or above it. So then you can get to the point that you can live above everybody else because you're actually doing good and then you got all your finances, everything in order, while everybody else is still struggling and still all in debt, et cetera, et cetera. Now, yeah, I think that is some good advice that, food is one way that you can save a lot of money, especially now. Oh man, food it just seems like it just keeps going higher and higher. So many YouTube videos and like TikToks and Instagram reels talking about how much they've been paying for, X amount of food, 2 years ago, and then comparing going to the store and buying that now, and then getting like a higher, like a crazy amount higher, difference in pay. So yeah, it sucks or costs, but yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks. But you can, start finding ways to save money, even with like, things that you need for life, but it gets smaller in terms of maybe the other extravagant things that people see more or less. I know for myself, when I was, trying to save money, really trying to grind, really needed some money, like needed to get to a certain amount, like in my business. And I would eat some good old peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Oh my gosh. I used to love getting me some peanut butter and jelly. You get some bread, get yourself some peanut butter, get you some jelly, you eat good. Also ramen noodles. I eat a lot. I used to eat a lot of ramen noodles, a lot. Even in school too, back when like in college, I didn't have any money. I think my mom would give me like $25 a month. I think it started out at $25 a month on my freshman year. And I want to say it was the same with my sophomore year, but definitely my freshman year. And the only food I could eat at the school was like one meal. It was like a 1 day like lunch that I could eat Monday through Friday. And then after that, kind of just on my own on that with the $25. So I was just kind of stack up like on ramen noodles. And then eventually, I want to say during my junior year, I think my mom did increase it to $50 a month during that time. So, it's like that's all I have. So, I gotta like if I want to do anything special or anything, I gotta put that out of that $25. Thankfully the movies were cheap. It was like only $5. So if I want to take a girl out to the movies, it was like $10. But then popcorn, that's like another what, 2, 3, 4. And then yeah, hopefully, we'll like out and get like pregame, get some free drinks or something from like one of my bros, so like roommates or something. But man, after thinking about it, it was crazy. I don't know how I could do that now, just for the fact that how much everything has increased. But yeah, anyway, I started trying to find ways I could still make money like in college, and like still being like a full-time student. So I ended up creating a website. It was called Indigo Indie, I believe.com. I don't own it now. Like as soon as I guess like was done with the website and like it expired or whatnot, I remember some Indian people took the site and it was like a weird like porn thing. It was wild. I don't know what it looks like now. Maybe at the end of this video, I might put it. But anyway, yeah, Indigo Indie. And I would like go out, like using Upwork and like other websites like that. That's how I first used to get my clientele. And I would review independent movies, independent music, like indie stuff pretty much. And like they would pay me a certain amount and I would like make like a 3, 4, 5 sentence, etc. Maybe even more depending on how much they paid. I would put it on the website, put links to where they can buy it. And it was actually pretty good. People liked it because I was sharing independent, works. Whereas, it's kind of hard if you're independent, especially with marketing and stuff. So having like a full website, where you have that, a lot of people like that a lot. So I was able to make money like that and kind of do more. But the reason I'm talking about this is that you can find ways to be creative and make money while, you don't have that much. She talked about making content on TikTok, for example, social media, for example. I think that's great if you're being consistent with it. But if that's not like your forte, there may be something out there that you like doing and you may not think really you can monetize it, but there's ways you can monetize it. Again, you can like showcase it on YouTube, for example. Maybe you like cars or whatnot. Maybe you can like, like the actual like like the toy cars. So you can, show it on Instagram, show it like make reels about your different cars. That could be something that you can make money on. You can you probably could make a website and kind of just going over the different ones and kind of just showing like comparisons between like this model and this model or this brand and this brand. And there will be people out there. Now, I can't tell you that like the majority of people out there, but you may be able to get that good niche that you can make some good money because you're the only person servicing that niche. So again, there's just multiple ways you can make money. And there's also multiple ways you can save money, but food is definitely one way you can save money. Eat some good old peanut butter and jelly, good old ramen noodles, and you should be good. You should be good. Like when I was like that, I wasn't really trying to get like lit like that because I'm trying to make some money. So I'm not trying to, drink alcohol to lower myself. I'm trying to get, get lit after I'm, doing good, not before. But anyway, just a little, just a little backstory right there on myself and different ways that you guys can make some money. Next up, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and see what she's talking
You're
about.
broke.
Can I try this again? Let's put this on full screen. Okay, now let's watch it.
If you're broke in 2024, it's because you choose to be. Plain and simple. You choose to be where you're at. There are too many different ways, too many different avenues, too many different options out here for you to be able to change your life and change your situation, but you choose to stay stuck. You choose to stay broke. You choose to stay stagnant. Stay stagnant. I'm going to be out here getting my bank. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, snap. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like videos like this. Some people watch videos like this and they're like, oh, I'm so sad. Oh, like, no, I like videos like this. Like, get straight to the point. You want to be broke. You choose to be broke. If you're out here complaining and not doing anything, you are choosing to not do anything and complain. Like, I don't roll with that. I like that. Being out here grinding and, if I'm failing at something or not excelling at something that I want to excel at, I'm willing to go ahead and put in that time and that effort to get to that next level. A lot of people aren't like that, which is crazy. I remember when I started this channel and I would get so many comments from people talking about, oh, working this, XYZ slavery, it's, you can make a little bit of money and, like the boss gonna kill you. Like it was just like a whole bunch of just negative stuff. And I usually like block them and delete their message because we don't want none of that here. We want people that are out here grinding and putting in that effort, putting in that time. Now, you may not necessarily know what you want to get into, but there's options. And that's what I hope I can tell you guys. Like there are different options and different ways you can make bank. But just sitting there just complaining, just like, hey, I'm not going to be able to do anything because, 5 years ago, XYZ, or this one always kills me in a crazy way. When people are like 28, 29 talking about, oh, wow, can I really get into cybersecurity now? Can I get into tech now? Can I change my career now? Like, really, you're 28, you're 29, 28. You get all of this time right now. You already gave up already at 28. 29. You think you're stuck in your career at 20? Man, I switched majors multiple times in college. I switched multiple different careers that I was going, through in my 20s to get to the place I'm in now. Like, guys, you can has 28 is not the end of you, man. Like somebody 50, 60 seeing you complaining like about that, they're like, bruh, let me go back and be 28 and watch me grind right now. Like you gotta put that, you gotta put yourself in like that perspective right now. You're 28, 29. See yourself at 60. See yourself at 65, 70. Like, you think at that point, you're going to be happy going all the way to 70, not changing anything, and be like, oh, wow, all this time has passed, and all this freaking time has passed, and I could have been changed my careers multiple times throughout this time and start making some money. But no, I'm just online complaining, feeling sad about myself, feeling sad about everything. Like, come on now. Like, you can feel sad about yourself for a little bit, but it gets to a point that you got to go ahead and start grinding and put in some effort. Especially if you're a dude. If you're a girl, it's a little different, but especially if you're a dude out here with that mess, man. Come on now. 2025 now. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. And next up, let's go ahead and see what avoiding being broke people in 2024. This is like right at the end of 2024, I believe. This video came out, but let's see what he's talking about.
Around me in general, you should be motivated because if you watch my gram or if you watch what I'm doing, I'm working every day. You see me somewhere. You see me doing, as a friend, you should be like, yo, Rich is outside. Like Rich be working. You should be motivated to want to keep doing what you do as well. So if you're a broken person, I've been there, but I did the work to get better, to heal. When you ain't got money, you got to go hard. I got to get a job. I got to apply to multiple jobs, not one get turned down and then it's, yo, the world is out to get me.
Right.
Oh, that's what people do though. Everybody has a victim mentality now.
Man, talk to him.
You do one application and they say, sorry, we already filled the position. Now you moping around yo, this country ain't it, bro. Bruh, if you fill out 100 job applications, one is gonna hit you back.
Right.
And you gotta be humble enough to be like, hey, this may not be what I want right now, but it's gonna put some money in my pocket.
Okay, I think that was pretty good. I like that mindset. A lot of people are in that victim mentality, even going into 2025. And it's like, it gets to a certain point. It's like, come on. It's like, you can do more. I remember on Twitter, it was Simone Bees. She's like a content creator talking about like GovTech and stuff. Great content. Definitely follow her on YouTube and on Twitter. Great content. I think she's on TikTok too. Great content. And she had made a comment or something about like replying to like jobs or whatnot, like, being able to at least do like 5 jobs a day at the very least, very minimum. If you don't have any type of money, you don't have a job, and you want to get a job, you shouldn't just do 1 application. You should be able to do at least 5. And someone was like on there, a dude at that was commenting, talking about, oh, that's like too much. Doing 5 applications a day was too much. I've done like freaking 50 a day at a certain point when I was trying to get my job. Again, I talked about this before, applying to near 2,000 jobs to get to my current position. It's crazy. 5 was too much. And again, he had no job. He said he wasn't working, just 5. So what are you doing your whole day? You can't do one in an hour. Like, what are you doing this whole day? You just playing a game all day. That makes no sense. And a lot of people don't make any sense because they just, again, getting that victim mentality, think, oh, that 5 too much. I should be able to do 1 and I should just be able to get a job. But again, you're not understanding that you're competing against a lot of people now. You're not just, you are competing against other Americans, but you're also competing against other people, all across the world. You got all these people over here with H-1Bs and other, visas and whatnot competing against you as well as other Americans. So it's like, it's even harder to get a job right now. Like a lot of the people too, they're like, oh, I should be able to, apply to 1 job, but also too, like they have like very strictness. Like they have no money, right? Like they don't, like, it's different if you already have a job and you're making good money or whatnot and you good there. But if you're not making any money, you're complaining about, life is, like expensive and whatnot, and you're not doing anything. You're just chilling and chillaxing, but you require the job to be remote. You require, you got to be paid X amount. You require all of this extra stuff and you don't have any type of disability. Like, what are you doing? It's different. Like if you have like a disability, obviously, and you can't, it's harder for you to go to a job versus being remote. That's understandable. But see, some of these people don't have anything wrong with them. It's perfectly fine. And like, no, I'm just gonna sit here and just complain all day. I'm just gonna sit here and complain. 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 And hopefully one day by me complaining, someone is going to give me a job and give me a 6-figure job at remote. And I don't have to do any work except maybe 1 hour a day. Come on now. Come on now. I need you guys to be serious out here. I really need you guys to be serious out here. I like his mentality. I got that same mentality. Every day I'm kind of doing something. I'm studying, grinding on something. Like, come on now. Come on now. It's crazy. It's crazy. And lastly, guys, let's go ahead and see what he's talking about here. This is how I work from a broke 20-year-old to a rich 22-year-old. This is how I work. Okay, let's see what he means by this.
Broke 20-year-old to a rich 22-year-old, all by teaching myself a high income skill. I had no money in the bank. I was doing DoorDash, I was working at a warehouse, and I was doing a bunch of different side hustles. I've never been the type of person to give up easily, but I was never consistent in one thing. I was trying all these different business ideas because I just wanted to get to that end goal of being rich. I wanted to be able to make money on the internet just so I can travel, lay on the beach, and still get paid. So one day I went on YouTube and I searched about marketing, digital marketing, e-commerce, and every way of making money. Then I realized one key component that all these different businesses had in common. They all relied on using content to drive traffic. So that's when I started doing research on social media algorithm. I realized if I could master the algorithm, I could use it to make money directly through videos, and I could use it to drive traffic to any product that I want. So I decided to do a 6-month time skip. So during this time, I locked in and cut off all the outside noise. After those 6 months, I hit my first 30K month profit. I realized the majority of the business models you can think of, they all rely on content. If you want to do affiliate marketing or digital marketing, who in the world is going to buy your product? So the digital creation business model is simply leveraging content. I'm doing a free class this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be breaking out everything you need to.
Okay, so yeah, that pretty much is like a long video of an advertisement for himself for his content, I guess, course or whatnot. Because okay, I mean, selling courses you can make money. I don't believe he just went from randomly to making 30,000. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe in a lot of these people online, especially when they come out of nowhere and then they just disappear out of nowhere. You've been seeing so many people renting out stuff, sometimes with these cars and whatnot. But the part I do agree with, the part of locking in, you talked about doing the 6 months of not just out here doing XYZ, but really focusing in on something. You can actually make a huge difference in your life if you can lock in like that. For example, if you were getting to like cybersecurity like myself, being able to really like lock in and, just yeah, focus like, hey, within these next 6, 7, 8 months, I'm going to study, I'm going to learn all, about A+ certification and get my network plus and get my security plus. I'm gonna really lock in, knock these out, and then make it, to that next level. Sometimes you have to do that to actually make it, especially nowadays, man. With just so much competition, you really got to be different and be able to beat this competition. So out of all of this, pretty much again talking about pretty much the advertisement for his course, so you guys can go in his course out. I don't necessarily believe all the 30K you just made out of nowhere and whatnot. But yeah, 6 month locking in, 12 month, like a year locking in. Sometimes you really do got to do that. I think it's good. I think it's good to go ghost sometime and just come back, full force, ready to grind, ready, to knock out stuff. I think that's really good. And if you can do something like that too, with like creating like consistent content, like on social media, you can grow so fast. I remember when I was growing my financial hacks on Instagram and just logging in for like 3 or 4 months. I was just doing reels because like when I locked in, it was like right when reels kind of like was like new and they were really pushing that. And I grew that channel. I grew that thing from freaking 0 to like 100,000 now. I think I'm at 91,000 now. So I have lost about 9,000 throughout like the last 2 or 3 years. But yeah, I was able to lock in during that time and grew that channel. And I probably could have grew it even more if I wasn't also focused on trying to get into cyber and other things. So yeah, locking in, I definitely agree with. If you have like a goal in mind or some type of career and it looks like you may need like certifications or maybe schooling, being able just to, know in your heart that you're going to just lock in and you're not going to be turning up as much for, 6 months, a year, maybe even 2 years, but you're going to really put in that effort, put in that time so that after those, after that 6 months, after that year, after that 2 years, you can be at a better place and not struggling as much and be able to, wake up being, feeling happy about yourself. I definitely recommend that. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.